It began with gunfire before dawn, a sudden, sharp reminder that Southeast Asia's oldest border dispute is far from resolved. By the time the smoke cleared, dozens of people were dead, tens of thousands had been evacuated, and Thailand and Cambodia were once again locked in a bitter standoff. The latest military confrontation erupted on 24th of July. Fighting began just hours after Thailand recalled its ambassador to Phnom Penh the previous night and expelled Cambodia's envoy in response to a second Thai soldier losing a limb to a landmine which Bangkok alleged had been laid by rival troops. Cambodia has dismissed the allegations as baseless. Now, both sides blamed each other for starting the conflict, which quickly escalated from a small arms fire to heavy shelling. Within hours, the situation had spiraled out of control. Thai officials accused Cambodia of starting hostilities with drone surveillance flights over Thai military positions. Cambodia countered, claiming that it was Thai soldiers who had broken a prior agreement by advancing on a sacred Hindu temple.
Today, Thailand attacked Cambodia at 8 locations. The attacks used heavy weaponry, including F-16 jets dropping bombs in Chamakchek area in Preah Vihear province.
The current tensions can be traced back to February 2025, when a group of Cambodians, escorted by troops, sang their national anthem at an ancient Hindu temple that both countries claim before being stopped by Thai soldiers. Tensions flared again on 28th of May following the killing of a Cambodian soldier during a brief exchange of gunfire. Thailand has since closed its border crossings with Cambodia, and Cambodia in turn has banned the import of Thai fruits, vegetables, spa and internet services. For civilians caught in the crossfire, the situation is nothing short of devastating.
We were looking after my mother at home and we heard gunshots, bang, 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 booming loudly, and then continuous boom, boom sounds of explosions. I turned to my mother and said, "Oh my God, Mom." Then I quickly told her, "Mom, get in the car," and we rushed off. We got in the car so fast we didn't bring anything with us.
The international reaction was quick. The US, a treaty ally of Thailand, called for an immediate cessation of hostilities, protection of civilians and a peaceful resolution. China, which enjoys close ties with Cambodia, hoped that both sides could properly resolve issues through dialogue and consultations. And Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who is the current chairperson of ASEAN, of which Thailand and Cambodia are members, said that he had spoken to the leaders of both countries and urged them to find a peaceful way out. Now, one has to go back in history to understand the genesis of the dispute. An 11th century Hindu temple called Preah Vihear, or Khao Preah Vihear in Thailand, has been at the heart of the dispute for decades on end, with both Bangkok and Phnom Penh claiming historical ownership. The International Court of Justice awarded the temple to Cambodia in 1962, but Thailand has continued to lay claim to the surrounding land. Tensions escalated in 2008 after Cambodia attempted to list the Preah Vihear Temple as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, leading to skirmishes over several years and at least a dozen deaths, including during a week-long exchange of artillery in 2011. 2 years later, Cambodia sought interpretation of the 1962 verdict, and the ICJ again ruled in its favor, saying that the land around the temple was also part of Cambodia and ordering Thai troops to withdraw. Let me now give you a brief history of the contested border. The 817-kilometer-long Thailand-Cambodia land border was first mapped by France in 1907 when Cambodia was its colony. That map, which Thailand later contested, was based on an agreement that the border would be demarcated along the natural watershed line between the two countries. In the Second World War, the Kingdom of Siam, which encompassed Thailand's current territory, gained certain Cambodian territories, but it was forced to hand them back to French rule in 1946. The 1979 overthrow of Cambodia's communist Khmer Rouge regime blurred the boundaries further as its last members fled to the border region for refuge. In 2000, the two countries agreed to establish a joint boundary commission to peacefully address overlapping claims, but little progress has been made towards settling disputes. Claims over ownership of historical sites have raised nationalist tension between the two countries, notably in 2003, when rioters torched the Thai embassy and Thai businesses in Phnom Penh over an alleged remark by a Thai celebrity questioning jurisdiction over Cambodia's World Heritage-listed Angkor Wat Temple. So that's the context for the latest flare-up. The neighbors have issued diplomatically worded statements committing themselves to peace while vowing to protect sovereignty, but their militaries have been mobilizing near the border. Cambodia said that existing mechanisms were not working and it planned to refer disputes in 4 border areas to the ICJ to settle unresolved and sensitive issues that it said could escalate tensions. Thailand has not recognized the ICJ's rulings on the row. Since the latest round of clashes, Cambodia has written to the UN Security Council about what it described as unprovoked and premeditated military aggression by Thailand. But Thailand wanted to resolve the conflict through bilateral negotiations. It said that talks could only take place after Cambodia ceased violence. So is there any hope for de-escalation? Official rhetoric is cautiously optimistic, if deeply fraught. Thailand's acting Prime Minister Phumtham Vichayachai called the situation delicate and stressed the need for resolution in line with international law. Cambodia's Prime Minister Hun Manet echoed the desire for peace but warned that his country has no choice but to respond with armed force against armed aggression. It is this tension between diplomacy and deterrence that's at the heart of the problem. Recent history is littered with border disputes that spiral into long-term hostilities. But could this one still be stopped? In part, the answer may depend not just on policy, but on personality. In Cambodia, Prime Minister Hun Manet is new to the role. He is still standing in the shadow of his father and longtime strongman, Hun Sen. Hun Sen's enduring influence seems to push for a more aggressive posture, possibly to reinforce his nationalist legacy. So as things stand, Hun Manet appears to lack the political capital needed to pursue a peaceful solution on his own. Thailand's leadership is equally complex. The country is currently governed by a fragile coalition, itself supported by another former strongman, Thaksin Shinawatra. Once a close confidant of Hun Sen, Thaksin now finds himself on uncertain footing. An effort by his daughter Petongtan Shinawatra to de-escalate the situation in a phone call with Hun Sen spectacularly backfired after a recording of the conversation was initially leaked and later released in full by the Cambodian leader. In the call, Petongtan Shinawatra appeared to criticize a Thai army commander and kowtow to Hun Sen, drawing public fury and a complaint from a group of lawmakers which led to a suspension by a court order on 1st of July. Clearly, trust between the two sides, it appears, is in shorter supply than ever.
We will not surrender our nation's sovereignty. We are fully defending ourselves, and I affirm that the Thai government will take full care of our people and do everything within our power and under the circumstances to the best of our ability.
While neither country appears eager for a full-scale war, both are entangled in a nationalist narrative that makes compromise look like weakness. Without bold leadership on both sides, the potential for renewed conflict remains dangerously high. Ultimately, the questions loom larger than any single battle. Latest reports say that at least 33 people have been killed, 20 in Thailand and 13 in Cambodia, and more than 130,000 people have been displaced in Thailand and 35,000 in Cambodia in the worst fighting between the Southeast Asian neighbors in 13 years. The latest conflict has involved fighter jets, artillery, tanks and ground troops, prompting the UN Security Council to hold an emergency meeting on Friday. The questions we ask and find answers to are the following. How do nations reconcile a century of unresolved borders and mistrust? And who takes the first step towards peace when history and politics are urging them to stand their ground?